All right. Um, last time on Steam and Steel Shadows, the party. So far, this is session 7 out of over the course of I don't know, like 2-3 months.
Don't worry about it. We're not gonna
It
think
feels
about
like.
it.
All right, yeah. It's not like half the people here have like moved at some point. One of which went to like another country, uh,
Nah.
or anything.
I feel like saying just another country is like underselling how far away he is.
I mean, like it's nothing a short
I'm
hop,
1
skip,
hour
and
out
He's
from
jump.
being the
like right
exact
there.
opposite of the world.
You just do like a hop, skip, and a jump
Just
across the
across the
Pacific
line.
Ocean. Yeah.
Across the pond, if you will.
Across the pond.
Across the Pacific
No,
Ocean,
the
the
other-
continental United States.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing.
But essentially, story up till now is your party witnessed a plane crash, of which the only survivor for a short period of time he was a survivor. Gave you all a ring and told you that it needed to be delivered to the boy. He'll know what to do. And then you guys have been chasing that lead for a while now. You found an sort of expert on jewelry who identified it as of dwarven craft, and then you found an expert on dwarves who identified like the general area, and he was willing to basically draw you a map there if you were to go and resolve a labor dispute in one of the manufacturing plants for his
Oh right, we're
whale
strike
oil engine.
breakers. I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
you're
we're
you,
Pinkertoning it up right now.
you guys are in your Pinkerton arc.
Yeah, stick it to the little man.
Yeah, that's what it's all
Yeah.
about. But yeah, you guys set off to do that. One of the reasons he wanted like some like qualified adventurers because the journey is quite dangerous, and he's not gonna make that himself. So he sent you all to do it. And he was heavily persuaded by your people skills. That is, for this party, lying repeatedly.
Yeah. We
And
don't do a lot more than that.
currently,
Usually
no.
not.
You haven't had an opportunity to do much more than that. But when you have been given the choice, you've chosen to lie, which is interesting. You once had an
Not all of
opportunity
us
for
chose
him
to lie, just some of us.
to get described like the general power structure, and you're like, he's like, you already know how like the general government in this area works, and you're like, yes, of course I do. Who do you what do you take me for? He's like, okay, then I don't have to explain it.
Yeah,
that
funny enough,
happened.
the majority of our party is actually against lying, but the people who talk are not.
Yes,
They
turns out the
start
people who
lying
talk-
to the guys who are okay with or not okay with lying.
I'm
but
certain
yes,
this will not have any sort of repercussions in the future.
I hope
You
it
began-
does.
you began your journey through the mountains, and during said journey, you set up camp for the night, in which you were ambushed by a series of creatures called Kruthiks. That's these like hairy
Kruthic?
spider. Kruthic.
Kruthic?
Oh.
Yes.
How do you
Wasn't
spell-
too. It was spelled Krutthik.
Right, okay.
But it wasn't too difficult for your party to dispatch it. Some of you were caught off guard and mauled a little bit. Eva once again became victim to some nameless, faceless entity that has it out for her.
Typical. I feel like at a certain point, it can't be coincidence. It's definitely targeting me.
It's
Anyways.
just so weird how every time there's a paralysis or
This
stun
can't
effect,
keep happening.
you're the only one who can't save against it.
And the thing is, it's not that my dice never roll high. They just never roll high when I'm doing paralysis checks.
Yeah, it's
They know.
crazy.
It's fine. It's cool. It's
But
whatever.
you know, it's cool. We stay silly.
It's fine. We
Stay
stay
silly.
silly. But you guys managed to fend them off and continue through your long rest and hopefully complete it. However, I had plenty of time to think about this upcoming session, and I decided that after this encounter, you all would level up.
Let's go.
Oh.
That is actually huge.
You will go
Also,
to-
after this, are we completing our long rest then?
Yes, you are completing a long rest, and afterwards you will all level up.
Would you
Can
be able to
you-
hit those buttons for me, Leo?
Yes. One moment.
That one might.
I need I can't remember if I ever had access to being able to disenchant and reenchant things, because I was putting let's do a long rest. Features.
Ooh, Hyrule. Nice.
How do I? Yeah, it seems like I can't unenchant things. I forgot about Ty's icon.
Oh,
I
God.
couldn't see it because it was in the darkness the whole time we were setting up.
Which of these boxes do I just want to get Piercer? What boxes do I gotta check? Is it feats for? It's a skill. It's probably these two. Hopefully, open list.
But yeah, Leo, if you can enchant Nobu's gun and disenchant
Oh right.
the axe, and then I believe I don't have that on right now. Yes, okay. And then I'm swapping out my currently active ones for enhanced weapon on the musket and homunculus servant, and
Okay.
not because I have my thing, and I can roleplay making that in the morning when we all wake up.
Okay. You. All right. We're gonna start off with Maxine's level up on this end.
There's so much shit on my desk. Who put this here?
I
Sorry.
could have done this.
Who could have done this?
All right,
Before I flew out, I
Maddie,
just
are
threw a
you
bunch of
here?
stuff on your desk.
That'd be
Yeah.
so fucked up.
All right, so you can choose either to an ability score improvement or a feat. Which would you like to do?
This is a real inconvenient time for me not to have a computer to Google stuff.
Wait, do you want a laptop to use? I think my laptop might be charged.
I mean,
Here, let me move
Sure.
this down to you.
okay. Do any of my ability scores? Do I get 2 points? Is that how that
Yes.
works?
Yes, you have
2 to
Uh,
1 or 1 to 2, right?
No,
Right,
no,
isn't that how it
that's
works?
on character creation. It
That's what it
is.
is,
Like, I don't really know if I'll have solid room for it here.
You can increase each
Okay.
ability
No, I
score
could've done
by
that.
2 points. You can allocate them in either way. Currently, your strength's at 19. However, nothing else is at an odd value except for your intelligence. So if you wanted, you could put a point in int and strength and have that up to 20 and 14 respectively.
What are the strength half feats? Are there any that are good for her? Because that'd be the other.
Uh,
Oh yeah,
Would I
you could
have
also
to,
just
like-
use that laptop to play on. That actually would probably be easier than your iPad.
Oh yeah, I probably will do that now that I have the option.
I'm
if
looking
you
up
want,
half
while you
feats.
set up
If
Maddie,
I
can
if
look
I
up
put
the
1 point into strength and then do I have to like put the other point into something?
Yes.
I can't choose. Okay.
Yeah, there are
Well,
feats that give you
there's-
a point in
Yeah.
strength. I'm gonna look through them right now and see if I can find them
Yeah.
while you do your
I
setup.
can also pick it up. I just got Lucy's laptop.
The big
Uh,
ones
For
are
strength, it's athlete,
athlete
crusher,
and crusher.
heavily armored, heavy armor master, lightly armored, moderately armored. There's a lot of armor ones. Piercer,
You know what?
resilient.
This is just. I cannot read these with people talk. I'm just gonna put it into strength. 1 point.
Okay.
And then 1 point into what?
I don't know. Because I can't even see my shit.
So your strength is at 19, your dex is at 10, your con is at 18, your int is at 13, and wisdom's at 14, charisma's at 10. I can take a little screenshot.
Can I put it in int?
Yeah,
Strength and int. I'll just do
strength
that.
and int. Yeah, your bonuses will go up to 20 to +5 and then +2 in those skills respectively.
Amazing.
All right, next up is Nat.
I'd like to do the Tavern Brawler feat.
Moment. I'll grab that feat right up for you. Speed.
Tavern Brawler.
It's kind of punchy.
What's the thought for Tavern Brawler?
Wait, just to confirm, does not have 12 attack or strength?
He
does
has
he have
10.
10?
He has 10 strength.
10.
He
I was
has
hoping it was
13.
11.
He has 13 Constitution.
Oh,
Which
shoot. Tavern Brawler wouldn't do anything for me unless. Well, the 1 to Constitution does help. I know I can put it in there, but.
there's also Crusher, which is very good for monks.
Crusher.
Crusher.
It also gives the either like strength or constitution by 1, and then gives you little bonuses that you can add on to bludgeoning damage, which you do since you're a monk.
Oh, Crusher does that?
Yes, once per
Oh,
turn, when you hit
yeah.
a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, you can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space, providing the target is no more than 1 size larger than you. Also,
Oh,
when you
it's-
score a
that
critical hit
quicker?
that deals bludgeoning damage to a creature, attack rolls against that creature are made with advantage until the start of your next turn.
Very good.
Oh, I
If you
see.
crit early, then
So
you get advantage on everything else.
it like I can flurry of blows topple them while also like pushing them back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah, I'll take Crusher then. I thought my strength was at like either 12 or 11. So I think Crusher's the next best.
Alright, so you'll take
sure.
a point in your constitution then to bump that up from 13 to 14?
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright.
Hey, wait, I have a question for
Sure,
Blade
shoot.
Ward. Whenever a creature makes an attack roll against you, is it specifically like a regular attack roll, or do spell attack rolls count too?
Blade Ward is, I believe, specifically for bludgeoning,
Because it
piercing,
just
and
says attack
slashing.
roll.
Let me double check.
Okay.
That's a good
If it just has
question.
attack roll, then spell attack rolls would count.
Because I'm just like, I am constantly in a situation where people are making attack rolls on me. So
Wait, for what spell?
So Blade
Blade
Ward
Ward?
is you extend your hand until the end of your next turn. You have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing
Gotcha.
damage dealt by weapon attacks. That's what Blade Ward does.
And that costs an action to do.
Yes.
yeah, I'm just saying I'm constantly getting bonked anyways, but
Yeah. If she's like I don't have like anything offensive to do at this moment, and I'm trying to just survive. It's an okay
I'm trying
option.
to just live.
I
I'm
feel like-
deciding between that and Booming Blade, and then also a Green Flame Blade.
Do you have shield?
Ooh,
Out
I'm
of
gonna start
curiosity?
swinging.
Shield's at first level.
Oh, shield's
Yeah, I'm
the
looking at
first level.
cantrips right now.
Ah,
Although I'm
okay,
taking a
that's
leveled in Wizard, so I will eventually be able to get shield, but I don't know if I should take. You know, I'm deciding because I'm a Green Flame Blade is. neat
Oops,
too,
I'd
Shit,
say
I
one of the
didn't-
blades instead of blade board personally,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. So long as
you'll
you like.
find a lot more times to use it because it's not action
Yeah,
based, or it's
I'm
not
just
an
like
action.
I'd rather, yeah, I guess I could just hit them if they're standing next to me instead of be like, please don't hit me.
They're
I
especially
always
good if
take
your
Booming
class doesn't have
Blade.
anything it does with the bonus action. I forget entirely if yours does, but if you don't use your bonus action, then the blade cantrips are really a good way to just kind of.
All the blade
Take
cantrips are
advantage of
still
that.
actions though.
Yeah.
They're
The
just your
blade
attack.
the blade cantrips.
Well, yeah,
you
yeah.
need to use your
It's-
action to attack.
Oh, yeah. So I
Yes,
could use
yeah,
my
yeah,
bonus.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Infestation's funny.
Infestation is funny. And has a chance
Wait, I
of
can learn
helping and
3
harming you.
cantrips? Oh
Yes.
fuck. Okay, I need to cancel this and look at what I have. I don't even remember what I have.
You have guidance.
Oh wait, no, I have Sacred Flame, Message,
Sacred
Vicious
Flame,
Mockery, and
yes.
Guidance. And then
Also, Leo,
Yes.
for my level up, I am swapping out one of my known infusions. I'm swapping my Replicate Wand of Secrets to make another Replicate Alchemy Jug.
Okay.
So I just need an Alchemy Jug, put it in my inventory. Well, actually, don't put it in my inventory, because I technically don't have that one active.
Yes.
And I'm also taking Fey Touched to bump my wisdom or my intelligence to 18. So then I get Misty Step, and I'm for my spell that I can choose. I am taking Bless.
Mhm.
I'm going full buff. I have 4 different spells I can cast without using a spell slot.
Let's go.
I need it. I have like actually no
I
spell
was gonna
slots
say, as a
otherwise.
halfcaster, that's kind of important. That's
Yeah, no, like I'm cobbling together cantrips and spells that don't take spell slots.
Let's see. You have Charm Person, Misty Step, Magic Missile,
And Bless.
and what?
And then I can cast, I believe, Misty Step but Misty Step and Bless I can cast with spell slots if I have them.
Yes.
I don't believe I can actually. I guess I think we said I can cast either of those, but
Yes.
Charm Person and Magic Missile. But I have not yet to have a reason to cast Charm Person.
I did once. We still don't know if
So-
there's gonna be consequences.
Oh right, yeah. And prepared spells from artificers, it's level plus int rounded down. Halved.
Yes.
Right.
I think your spell list is fully populated with the Artificer spell list, and you can just choose which ones to prepare.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure how many I can actually have known at a time, like prepared. To make sure I know that. Intelligence plus half your artificer level. So currently, it should be 6, and healing word and ray of sickness are free because of alchemist. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's starting the multi-class. Quick, kill her
Five,
first. You can get the class off the
1,
ground.
2.
Wait a second.
I guess
just
charm.
took
I
a
guess
level
charm
up,
and
but
magic
it's
missile
not
don't count for that
showing up
either.
on
Don't
my
say it, don't say that.
cantrips.
What
1,
is
2,
in?
3,
I
4.
can.
I added Green Flame Blade, but
Okay.
do
So
I
I get
only
2
get
new spells.
when I multi-class? Do I only get 1 cantrip from wizard, or do I get 3?
Oh, where's the
'Cause
table
it
for
only
this?
let me choose 1.
Yeah.
but-
I was like.
This is
There's like a
first level. I
table
know
for figuring
3
out
cantrips of my
spells.
choice.
I believe you get all 3 cantrips, but as for like spell slots and spells learning,
Yeah, I was like, it only let me pick 1, but it didn't even add it to my thing. So I guess it just hates me. Ba, 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 ba.
no, you should gain 3 wizard cantrips. So which were the ones that you picked out? One of them was green flame
Yeah.
blade.
Yes, I didn't actually fully pick out the 3, but let's see here. I'll take that, and then I don't know if Shocking Grasp will actually be good, but like
It's
I don't want to
more.
take too many melee things. But
I've seen it be more useful than not because it takes
yeah,
away
because I'm
their
like
reaction.
also again as somebody who constantly ends up in the middle of things, if I could make somebody not take reactions, that'd be great. You have advantage on the attack rolls.
What are your options? Because taking that and Green Flame Blade, I mean, they're not,
Yeah.
they don't do the same thing, but having 2 melee cantrips can feel kind of clunky.
Yeah, there's not that much else I'd want to take. Maybe Mage. Do I have Mage Hand? I don't have Mage Hand.
You do not.
Mage
Mage
Hand's
Hand's
fun.
always grab.
Especially if you like causing problems. Mage Hand
I love
is
causing
fun.
problems. Yeah, I think I
Yes.
probably will take Mage Hand.
Yeah.
And then I'm deciding between Toll the Dead and Firebolt.
Do you have a ranged option?
Vicious
I
Mockery
have
and
Vicious
Sacred Flame
Mockery, but
and Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame's like a saving throw one though, and
It's still a
I don't
ranged
know.
option.
I just think of Shadowheart, and she can't do shit with.
Take Flame never fucking hits.
It never hits shit, so I'm like, I don't know.
I'd say Firebolt is always really consistent because then you have.
Yeah, I think I'll take
Secret
Firebolt and I'll take
Flame.
Shocking Grasp instead of Green Flame Blade,
Okay.
so that I still have a fire option, but it's not
That makes
in
sense.
case I want to, you know.
If you're
commit
worried
light
specifically
arson.
about covering yourself when you end up getting surrounded, Shocking Grasp is definitely better than Green Flame
Yeah,
Blade.
I think so, because I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to kill anything with melee, so I
And
may as well
you're
just try to help myself out by getting out of there.
you're not College of Whispers. You're the other one, right? College of
I'm
Spirits.
College of Mind Your Own Business, Cam. No, I'm College of Spirits. I'm
Okay, I was
sorry.
like, I am
I'm
trying
sorry,
to
I'm
make sure
sorry,
you
I'm
make.
sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't mean it.
you have no
I'm
like,
sorry, I'm
weapon
sorry.
pumps. You have no weapon pumps in your kit, so
Yeah,
Alright.
no,
Yeah,
I think
Green-
yeah,
Shocking Grasp
utility's
probably
probably
better.
better. So yeah, Toll the Dead, Shocking Grasp, and Firebolt. Oh wait, no, not Toll the Dead. Mage Hand, Shocking Grasp, and Firebolt, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 4. So then, okay.
All right.
Alright, I've finished me level up. I feel
Do I
smarter
get
already.
wizard spells too, or is that
Yes, you get a spell book with 6 wizard spells first level that you can choose.
6?
6.
Yeah.
Wowee!
It's fine.
Oh yeah, what's your intelligence modifier plus your wizard level?
That's how much you can
Oh,
prepare,
so
but your
starting at-
spell book will have 6 spells
Oh!
to start with.
Yeah,
Ah,
no, wizards
fuck.
are
Okay.
weird.
Okay.
You have, instead of being a learned or prepared caster, you are both. You have a bigger list of learned spells, and you can only prepare like so many of those spells per day. With the exchange that using scrolls, you can add spells to your spell book. So you can learn spells outside of level ups. It's very cool and obtusely complicated for no reason.
Because bards don't switch out their spells, they're just
Nope.
always prepared. Okay.
Always prepared. Yeah.
Okay. Fuck, so I get 6 of these. Okay. Ah, shoot. Okay.
Decisions.
There's 6 first levels
Yes.
Yes.
right now because I only have 1 level. Okay.
And then every level up of wizard you take, you can learn 2 wizard spells of the highest level spell you can cast, which is determined using the multi-class spellcaster spell slot list. Because you have taken 2 full casters.
Which I believe for that you just add the levels together and that's where you end up.
Add the levels
Stupid.
together and then take the half of them, rounding down, and then that's what you were treated as far as I
I
understand.
thought- I
was
think
reading
no,
it a
There's
second
magic
ago.
missile, and then there's Jim's magic missile.
Jim's Magic Missile, it's a joke
Whoa,
spell.
Jim's is hypoallergenic and
Yeah,
gluten free.
it's a joke spell. It's not really. You're not supposed to.
Oh, it's from
take that one.
Ak Ink. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense.
Uh, you determined. Yeah, you were right, Leo. I was
Yeah.
I was mashing the sentence together. It's half
Yeah.
your levels for Paladin and Ranger.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I think for the spells, yeah, you just add the classes together. Also,
Which I think
ritual spell. You
Foundry
do
should
have
just take care of that.
you have access to ritual spells.
Hmm.
As a wizard, and even if you don't prepare them from your spellbook, you can still cast them so long as you have your spellbook on you.
Whoa. Okay.
Yes, that's what made Penny really good. Is that I had a ton of utility spells that I never had to prepare because as long as we had time, I could get them out and get them running. All right. Anything else I missed? Wait, where's Bless? Oh, Bless is specifically in just okay.
Oh, Unseen Servant could be funny.
Let's see.
Okay, I know. How do I? Yeah, let's do it this way.
I'm pretty sure I took so Nobu's gun is enhanced now, and I'm pretty sure Maxine's is no longer. You are no longer friends
Leo,
with
could you?
Maxine.
Yes.
What?
Well, I did a
What?
roleplay thing with
Friendship revoked.
Nobu,
Minerva.
and it ended with me enchanting his gun. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's probably the worst stat-wise, but it was a cool moment, so I'm doing it.
Wait, do I have
Yes.
armor? I
Um,
do have armor. Damn.
Leo, can you add Misty Step and Bless as regular known spells? So that way they actually take spell slots normally. When I run out of my innate uses, it's not letting me do that normally right now. Because I technically already have them. It's not letting me get them.
1 second.
Wait, it's so much better if I just use mage armor instead of just using my regular armor. But then
Yeah.
that
It does
uses up
take
a
it-
spell slot.
That uses 1 spell slot every day, though.
Yeah.
With
I just
Wizard,
simply
though,
don't
you
get hit.
have access to Arcane Recovery, I believe, or is that the second level? Which allows you to
Oh, that is first level.
which allows you to just get that back if you wanted to.
Alright, so the
True.
reason why I can't add Misty Step to your known spell list, Kim, yet is because you don't have a second level spell slot. Bless, I
well,
can
the same thing
do.
was happening for Bless.
Yeah, Bless, I can add that. No problem. There you go.
Thank you. Just want to make sure I can track when I'm using my innate ones and non-innate ones. I'll grab Misty Step as a regular spell when we get that to that level. I don't have second level spells yet. Let's go, Halfcaster! Yippee!
Yippee!
I have 3 first level spell slots, and that is it.
It's cute you think you'll get to level 5.
I'm hoping.
Okay, I'm deciding for my 6th spell, because I think I'm going to take Alarm, Featherfall, Shield, Detect Magic, and Mage Armor. And then for my last one, I'm debating between Magic Missile, Cause Fear, and Unseen Servant. I think I do like the idea of Cause Fear, though.
I think Cause Fear
But-
fits thematically.
Yeah. But Unseen Servant would also be fun, because I could just take things.
Yeah.
Oh. Does anybody else have Featherfall?
I do. I will always have it prepared.
If I fall,
Because I don't really
fall.
have many other, at least currently, I don't have any other spells that are worth unpreparing Featherfall for.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll find a Scrollford or something. Or not.
Oh yeah, this opens up
fine.
the
I simply
spell-
just don't fall.
taking the level in Wizard opens up the spell economy to you, where you now if you want to add more
I'm
spells to
just
your list,
like, yeah, give me scrolls, please.
you
I
might
buy
have
some
to just buy
ages?
them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
just like,
that's
I only
weird.
want 2 levels in Wizard, but I want them now. Okay. Then I think I know which 6. Although I don't know which ones I want to prepare. Damn. Will you let me just add spells? No, you won't. Wait.
All right,
how do
hold
I-
on a sec.
Oh, wait, I can just go to import. No, I figured it out.
Yeah, I was like, I can import them for you if you so wish.
La, 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 la.
You might need to keep
Also,
track
the
of which spells are your wizard spells and which are your bard spells, though, for just the
Yeah.
low levels. Because I don't know if Foundry will.
Yeah, I'll have it in my
It would
notebook,
also
but...
it would also matter in terms of what DC they use.
Yeah, because the
Because your wizard
use
spells will use your
intelligence.
int, and your bard spells will use your charisma.
Okay.
You wanted this.
I wanted this. I did this to myself. And it sucks I can only have 3 of these prepared. Okay. Wait, what? Where'd you go? Wait, why did it just disappear? Oh, no, I'm just stupid. Okay.
Also, Leo, if you could add homunculus servant to my list of player character things,
Yeah.
because I have a minion again.
Little minion. Hope you have
I will once again
some
fill the
token
board with
art.
shit.
I hope you have a token
I do
art.
not yet.
Willard. Then
I
they're
do not yet.
dead. Then they're dead.
might- I do have an idea of what they look like, but I haven't figured out token art for them yet. I'll figure it out soon.
Survey. There you go. And do you have a gemmer crystal worth at least 100 gold pieces?
Oh, yeah, I got picked up that thing. I already had the infusion. I need like the actual creature.
Oh, right. 1 second.
Yeah, you gave it to me twice.
You got 2 of them then, right?
Yeah. I have the servant. I need the thing. I need the token.
Is that creature?
It is the stat
There it
block is
is.
of a homunculus specifically. Is the name.
That's in summons. There you go. Monkey servant. And I'll give that ownership to him. Owner. There you go.
Hey, my boy.
There.
I
All
can
right.
now. I now have a reason to take cure wounds.
Let me just make sure that these wizard spells are working correctly now.
Is everyone else good with their level up? Anyone else have any
Good.
questions?
I'm pretty sure I'm good. I'm just working through some of
comments,
the
concerns.
math with something, but I'm all good. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you roll the health for your new character, Lucy? For your level up?
Yes.
Enjoy. Wow, you have, I think, 1 more health than Ty currently.
Damn.
Hell yeah. Sucks to suck. Well, I should be if I'm going to be fucking randomly frontlining.
Sure, it'll be
Wait,
fine.
why is my AC 14 in here but 13 on here? Yeah, wait, why is my AC 13? Did something happen? Something happened to me. Oh, it's because I had exhaustion. Okay.
Yes.
Right?
Well, no, that shouldn't do that.
No, that doesn't affect that.
No.
Does
why?
it? Something happened to me that made me lose 1. Why do I have 13?
You unequipped
Instead
your
of
leather
14.
armor.
Oh.
Or mage armor, which you have to be able to cast it on yourself.
Yeah, I just haven't
Yes.
casted it yet, so I did. Okay. Cool.
That's why it's 13.
Is everyone good to go though?
Should be.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You all take a long rest after traveling for quite some time, and after being so rudely disturbed in the middle of the night. The rest of you make your way to the coast. You follow this mountain trail that was described to you, and you make your way through to the southern coast of the Wasted Basin.
Yippee!
See who will be the lucky one chosen. I will represent your party with Nat's image, with Nat's token.
Let's go.
Amazing.
All right. So, you don't know where this is. You didn't really ask for much directions, or you were told, hey, there's like some sort of production town. But as you're coming down the mountain, you do see off in the distance some sort of civilization down here in the center area. Your knowledge of this land is very limited. But I'm going to assume that your party wants to head in that direction, unless anyone in the party states otherwise.
Nah, that's a good assumption. We should
Yeah,
do that.
Does
think-
anyone want to
I
go
think-
off the grid?
Actually,
No,
Uh,
it's okay.
Nah.
I'm
Also,
good.
Ty, just so you know, you're muted. I'm assuming you know.
Oh yeah. Oh good. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, as we're going along, I think Minerva would probably lean over towards probably just the group in general, probably looking more at like Nobu or Eva and being like, so did we actually get any information about who we're supposed to talk to, where we're supposed to go? We were kind of like rushed out in a hurry by him, I feel like.
Get the people working.
Well, yeah, that's like
Yeah.
it's like a general thing, but I don't know. I just got a bad feeling. That's all. But I want to show you guys something. And she is going to kind of like run forward a few steps and kind of like turn around. And she's gonna hold her hand out. That now, when you look at it, has those very like telltale like oh god, I don't remember the full name of it. I'll have to look it up later. Those telltale like blue artsy drawings all over her porcelain arm. And as she kind of holds her hand out, you notice that they begin to retract off her arm, as her hand begins to drip, and a little goopy dragon will
Oh.
form in her hand with a pearl in the center of it. It's my
Oh.
homunculus.
Wow,
homunculus.
that's so neat.
Yeah,
What's,
I haven't figured
what's
out.
their name?
I haven't figured out a name yet. I was gonna ask you guys, but
What
Like,
color
yeah,
is
just
it?
glue on the nose.
it's like a bright, like royal blue. See through. Imagine like the best way I can describe the kind of like visual image is like Chaos from Sonic Adventures DX, where it's just this amorphous dragon-shaped slime with a like singular pearl just kind of floating around in the middle of it that seems to signify where its head is.
Oh.
And you notice if you look close enough at her palm, there is now a little divot in her palm that is about the same size as the pearl. And she goes on being like, "What's up?"
Call it Pearl.
Pearl's a good name.
See, I was gonna suggest
It's like
that, but I felt like it was a little too on the nose. But
No, I think
Yeah,
it's
but, like,
right on
I
the
think
nose.
it's okay. Yeah,
Personally.
noses are great. Yeah.
But yeah, like he'll be really helpful in battle. He can do this, and he is going to literally like clumsily jump off her hand and begin to sort of like flap its weird goopy wings over to Ava. And just
hold a hand
literally
out
spunk
to-
into her hand.
Yeah, I'm holding my hand out for it to land into.
Just
It,
like,
like,
a
full,
squelching
like-
sound, just
Oh,
It like
Lands in
full
your hand.
loses its shape as it hits your hand, and then slowly like reforms, and then kind of looks up at you with its. It almost looks like an eye with the pearl in its head, but it's just kind of like a, featureless face that is like vaguely
I, like-
snout shaped.
kind of like pat its head. Does it like? Does it feel wet, or is it just sort of like
Yes.
sort of squish? Ah, so it's like is it like
It's
slime
it's
in texture?
it's not really. It's like slime texture. It feels like water. It feels like
Does it
feels
leave
and
like a
looks like
residue on my hand, or is it just?
no, actually.
Ah,
It's very much like water in zero gravity, where it just kind of seems to be forced into the shape. But like you can push your finger straight into it.
oh well, I'm not doing that. I'm trying to gently pat its head, and then I'm sort of like trying to pinch its cheeks with my fingers.
Okay,
Oh,
so I
you're
can
a
do
cute little
that.
guy.
Is
Oh.
is that useful?
Yes, because check this out. And she is going to kind
No,
of
but
start
you can't just ask people that.
casting Mending, which is... Is there any like tears or like rips in your clothes, Eva?
You could say my nails are chipped.
Yeah, basically
Definitely
it's going to
also
like
from,
open up
from
its
last
mouth.
night after Eva got fucked up by those creatures, I'd say that there is like a slash across some of her
Yeah,
clothes.
okay, you can say that.
It's basically just gonna kind of like, instead of walking down your arms, its legs are just gonna kind of retract into its body, and it's gonna like slither up your body. And like
I like to
kind of
imagine it's sort of like wrapping around my arm, sort of like you know, like
Yes.
water bending it a little bit, but just sort of like up, like running up my arm.
And
That's what
then
I'm
it is
imagining.
going to, when it gets to like one of the tears in your clothes, it's going to just spit into it,
Oh,
and kind of use its
Oh.
hand to like smooth it over. And
oh, thank
after like a
you.
minute or so, it is mended.
It's a really
Thanks,
weird
Vinny.
sensation where you have that sort of like it has that slime-like texture, like she said.
It was
but
really cold.
It's not wet. It's like just. If you've
It
ever
feels
had like
like a
one of like
water
those,
bed is just pressing up against me.
yeah, sort of like that, I'd say.
But yeah, I can cast spells through him. He's kind of linked to me in a way. I don't want to use any of my juice right now, but you know, I can do things from a
Yeah,
distance.
save your juice for something important.
And he can also do this. Eva, have him like stand out on your arm.
Okay, I'm T-posing a little bit so I can get to like stand straight up.
Well, just kind of like no, just kind of like hold your
Oh,
hand
okay.
out so he can like
Okay,
look
holding my
around.
hand out.
And it's going to like slither back up your arm, reform. And then the pearl inside is going to slightly glow as
Oh.
it fires off a bolt of like watery energy. It's like a very like big ball. It's like a little ball of water, a little bead of water that like slams into a nearby branch and just full snaps it.
Wow.
He can also do a little bit of fighting. It's not super strong, but
That's good in a
super useful.
pinch.
Yeah.
Cute little guy.
Yeah. So I think I'll go with Pearl for now. I do like that name.
I like Pearl.
Pearl's good.
And she'll hold out her hand for Pearl to recall, and it'll basically like land in her hand, and instead of reforming like it did with you, it is going to like seep into her arm as the pearl like
Yeah.
sets itself back into her palm.
Neat.
Yeah. I also think I figured out a couple of other tricks, but I don't really want to spend them right now, so it'll be a surprise.
Cool.
By the way,
So
we're,
wait,
like,
what's the
walking.
area that we're in right now?
You are in the southern coast of the Wasted Basin. So, by the way,
Is it, like,
I've got to
In the
I've got
woods or
some-
something? Or
sort of you've entered into like a sort of gray plains like area with tree. There's like it's intermittent between like these weird gray stone plateaus and like these forests with really awkward looking trees that are sort of like bent and curved as if they're sort of just leaning over. And what there's like forests that have like these awkward twisted shapes to them.
okay. Real quick, I'm
Uh,
just gonna be like, wait, what's that over there? And then I'm gonna point, and then when everybody looks over, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor real quick, and you'll see like if you I guess didn't look over, it's like a quick flash of like my spiritual tails just sort of like wrapping around me. And
Oh.
it's just real quick while everybody else is looking away. I'm like, oh, never mind. It was Trick of the Light.
Do we all fall for that? Yeah,
I don't know.
guess I would.
Make
Why-
make it
why- I
roll.
don't know.
Make a deception check, Eva.
I'm gonna wait till everybody looks away, or at least most people look away.
Sure.
Am
You
I
could-
rolling a deception check?
Yeah, let's see it just real quick.
Okay. Oh, come on. Oh no. I rolled a
no.
3, so that's 12.
12.
Okay,
Probably
roll.
still feels.
I feel
Minerva.
like the party has shown them to be naive enough that they've kind of taken everything you've said at base value. I'd say the only one you'd have to convince, like, actually, is Nobu.
I
Nobu,
don't care if
please
nobody
make
sees.
Nobu, please make an insight check for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Dirty
So
20.
Nobu.
Okay.
It's very clear that Eva is trying to is is trying to get everyone to look away from them for a brief moment of privacy.
Some
Why? You
Pretend
don't
to fall
know.
for it to.
He'll just be like, "Oh, right."
Can I
Mm.
clock Nobu not falling for it?
Yes. From one swindler to
It's a
another, you're
chain
like,
of-
like
My
everyone like.
insight's not great though.
Well, what happens is like everyone, the rest of the parties, their heads dart over there, and you just see Nobu still looking at you with like an eyebrow quirked up, and then just sort of like well, I guess I'll look over here then.
I give him like a small shrug. I'm like, I don't care.
Sort of
like,
energy.
I don't care if you see. And I'm gonna cast
Oh.
Mage Armor.
Yeah, that
And
your
I
tails
also
will
use
like
Arcade Recovery.
will briefly materialize around you, and then sort of
They sort of like wrap
converge.
around me and then melt into like a spiritual armor.
Yeah, it'll sort of converge on you, and there'll be like a sort of spectral like breastplate and like greaves that show up on your body for a brief moment before they fade away. Also, the previous night, to explain how you took a level in Wizard, I'd say that the little care package that Sloan gave you, it was in the little basket that was sort of stuffed with like the healing potions. You saw that the way she padded that was with like scraps of paper crumpled up and like thrown in there, and you saw that those were actually like thrown away like mismatched arcane notes that Sloan might have had offhand, and you're just like, wait a minute,
I love
and you sort of
Sloan
just
so much.
spread them out and like, oh, like this is like actually her work, and you like look at it, I was like, I could do something like this. I could totally do something like this.
How
and
hard
you,
could it be? Yeah.
and so like you're like thankfully you had like a spare like blank journal on hand. You're like, okay, so a spellbook is like, so it's very much like you're trying to teach yourself like coding, and so you don't know like the general syntax
I'm
way
like,
people like to
okay.
format things. So you're like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. You just sort of like straight like, okay, that worked, we'll do this and that. And so your spellbook's very like roughshod as it is right now.
Yeah. I'm like,
But-
I'll get a nicer notebook later.
Yeah.
This will do for now.
Yeah. But that's how Eva picked up some wizardry. But yes, you guys can travel across these barren plains, intermittent with sprouts up of like a little forest with twisted tree lines and like rest in peace, and then some gray plateaus sort of peeking up around here with weird etchings sort of carved into it. You see like one that looks like it's like a giant. You see like as you're walking down this path towards this settlement, you see off in the distance, you see like a plateau that has what looks to be like a screaming face carved into like the side of these cliffs. Weird
Oh.
shit like that.
It's, huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're probably hang a little closer to Maxine.
You said
Seeing
there's like
stuff
a
like
whole
that.
face. I'm imagining like Mount Rushmore, like that big.
Yes, but not that pronounced. More so like it's like somebody etched a drawing of a face onto it, not like a sculpted face. But
Gotcha. So it's more like grotesque. I don't know.
sure.
Crude.
Ours?
Crude.
But
Okay.
yes. I'd say that you all can just there is, like I said, a trail coming from the mountain path to the settlement. If any of you would like to make a perception check to keep watch as your party travels, you are free to do so. Otherwise, you will be at the whims of the dice.
I'd like to make
in.
a perception check. And I
Yeah,
think
sure.
I'm proficient in it, so
Let's see here. Yes,
I-
you have
Yeah,
a
no,
plus
we didn't
4 to
really-
perception.
There
yes.
before, but ever since Minerva pointed out that we have no idea what we're doing here, he's kind of trying to.
Hmm.
No, he was like, "Oh, right. The consequences of my action." And also, I want to point out that the guy did not rush you out the door. He was like, "Do you guys know this? Are you guys sure about this?" And your response was, "Yeah, we got this handled. Don't worry." So I'm just saying, you were not rushed out the door.
Well, I'd already told him that I know what he's talking about. Been on
really is
here.
the consequences of our actions.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh. Well, if I was making that perception check, I'm sorry to say I got a nat 1.
Don't worry about it. I'm
Um,
sure it'll be
plus-
Am
fine.
I helping or do I make my own check?
You can help. So go ahead and roll again, Maddie. And if it's nat 1, then you're stuck with it. But if it's higher than 1, then we can roll with that.
If I get 2, that'd be really messed up. Okay, I got a 19 plus 4.
Oh
There
god.
we go.
Thanks, Nobu.
You were looking the wrong way. I just
Yeah, you like grabbed my
Turned her
shoulder.
head.
you're just staring
Yeah,
at the
it's-
wall.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, that's rad, and Nova's just like
Guys, I'll do the surveillance. I'm really good at it. I look at the wall.
distracted. Distracted. The single
Both hands on shoulders
slice
turns like 90 degrees.
Face forward. All right, one moment. Let's do a little private roll. Okay. Your party managed to walk through. You see plenty of other weird and twisted looking geographical features across these lands. Specifically for Nat, this feels like it's a very familiar feeling where it's just like at one moment it seems like you're walking through a grassy field, and then the next moment it seems the ground gives way to a sandy dune at one point. It's just a lot of wild, different environments that you just have to keep traversing through, but it's nothing that you aren't used to. As for the rest of the party, you're able to help guide them, give them heads up, just hey, by the way, watch your footing here, and so forth as you continue through. Eventually, you do make it to the settlement over here, one of which, now, granted, there are more settlements and whatnot in this general area. This is the only one that you guys can see from where you entered into the coast. There's a bit more to this area, but it would not be revealed to you just straight off the bat because it's not that well known or mapped out. But this is the one you guys come to, and as you do, it seems to be it's a surprisingly large town considering its location and circumstances. There seems to be large buildings that people are that you can see people. There's a lot of footprints and foot traffic that used to go to and from them, but right now it seems quite barren, as in there's nobody here. You see a lot of buildings as well that just it's kind of weird, as there's this is a large town with a lot of buildings, a lot of proof that people have lived here. There's foot traffic that's not long. These aren't footprints that oh, this has been here for weeks or something. No, this is pretty freshly lived in. However, right now it's very much like a ghost town, as there's almost nobody around.
Well,
Okay.
we should probably try to find somebody. And whenever can I just survey? Is there someone peeking out a window, watching us come in, or is it full, not a person in sight?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, I'm great at these.
Do you want help with that?
I won't say no.
I'll help.
Okay. Well, it's not a 1.
Let's go.
But it is a 9.
2? Oh, well,
Plus,
I did roll a 1.
Oh,
I rolled a 1 and a 7.
So it
Oh.
was.
oh.
It's an advantage though, so I don't take the 1.
okay. So, you're not able to say anything. As far as you're concerned, this town is dead empty. However, thankfully, there's people in your party that have passive perception higher than 9. And those members of the party hear some screaming off in this distance. Not so much screaming as it is yelling. Very aggressive,
Never's trying her
authoritative
hardest to see
yelling.
what's going on.
Someone's hollering over there.
Someone's what?
Hollering.
Hollering. Can I start to hear it now that someone's pointed it out?
Yes. You hear it very
Oh.
often distant, just we just want to talk. Come on out.
Uh-oh.
That sounds
That
like
doesn't
our
sound great.
sounds like what we're here
Sounds
to
awesome.
deal with though. Let's get over there.
Yeah. Skedaddle over there.
And we'll skedaddle.
All right, you skedaddle
Can
over
we,
there. Yeah.
Before we come close, can we like hear any indication of how many? Like, is it one person yelling "Get out of there," or does it sound like there's a crowd?
It is one person yelling over there, but you do, as you get closer, hear like murmurings and conversations happening between multiple people as well.
Okay.
And as you approach, let me bring your party into the scene. On this earlier, I forgot. Anyways, you guys see off in the distance, several like seems to be authority figures that have set up barricades and are sort of like walled off an entrance area to a what seems to be a manufacturing factory zone up ahead, and they just seem to be like the guy that the shouting you heard came from this man over here shouting in the direction of the building.
Okay. And are they still just kind of yelling at it? They have not noticed us walk up behind them.
They've stopped yelling right now. They haven't noticed you immediately. If you don't do something soon, they likely will. As like they're just sort of like panting out of breath after like screaming their head off, and they seem to be like observing their men who two of which are like examining what looks like to be like bowstrings and like checking arrows and whatnot. The other which is just gripping a weapon tightly.
Should we call out to them? It seems like at least related to what we're here for.
He
I think
turns
either
back
that
and
or
sees you.
Turn around
He goes,
and see
"You!
us, yeah.
What are you doing here?"
Hi. We were sent to help.
Help? You dare suggest we can't handle this ourselves?
Well, we.
And he gestures you to like come forward towards them. Do you?
I'm gonna walk towards him.
All right.
So, this is still the blonde guy?
Yeah, it's still the blonde guy, and as soon as you get close, his demeanor becomes less aggressive and less controversial and like confrontational. And he just goes like, "No, most of that didn't mean to be so rude. That was mostly put in act for the troops. They expect a hard ass to run these parts now. We have a bit of a situation
no, we get it.
here.
You really fooled me, though. I thought you were kind of rude and mean.
Oh, I can be if I don't want to be, but I can tell that won't be productive right now. So, Will is the name, by
okay,
the way.
that's-
Pleasure to meet you. Oh, it was out of hand.
I'm gonna need that name and not an accent, buddy.
Wheeler.
Wheeler, thank you.
And he goes,
Wait, okay.
I heard
Yeah.
Willa, and I'm like, that is
Yeah,
not his name.
Wheeler.
and he's like, now, we have a bit of a situation. My men, so to speak, are rather vicious right now. They want to just barge right in there, storm it down, and kill the sort of... How much were you? I'm assuming you were given a brief on the situation here. Yeah?
Oh, you'd be
Yeah,
surprised.
but if you want to give us a update on.
Right, so they're trying to... the labor here is trying to unite their sort of... I don't even quite understand it. It's lots of wordy inflections and whatnot. I don't care too much. They're trying to unite as a force, as a way of hoping to force the rich men at the top how to do things around here, and rich men at the top don't quite like that. The men, he jerks his thumb behind him, the men over here want, apparently we have the leader sort of boxed in of this movement, at least we assume to be the leader of this movement, boxed into this building. My men here want to gut him absolutely alive because they hate it here, and they were brought here specifically because of him. And they want him dead. Now, I personally don't want to make the man a martyr, because that might not resolve the issue in the long term. But, I'm
Usually
kind
it
of stuck
does.
between a rock and a hard place here, and so, honestly, I'd quite like it best if he just got the fuck out of here and left.
You want us to
But,
leave?
no, not you. Well,
Oh, you
depends
want
if you're.
them.
It depends if you lot are gonna cause trouble. But the leader, the sort of United Workers leader, he's quite vocal. He's been a pretty big thorn in the sides of others, and my boss is trying to figure out how to deal with him because killing him outright wouldn't really solve it. Because again,
Well,
it'd make him a martyr, and then people might unite even harder than before.
what are the kinds of like things they're asking for? Are they?
Oh, they're asking for like us to, I don't know. They're asking for like their company to like pay to transport some of their workers back to like the mainland over in the Reeflands. Want like safer conditions, but like look where the fuck we are. I ain't even safe. None of us are safe here, quite honestly. But
It's still like a fair concern of theirs. I'm certain if we talked to them, we could probably figure out some sort of compromise to.
Yeah, there's got to be something. I mean, they just want to do their
here's how
jobs and
Nobody's
every
not going to
conver-
say anything, but he's just going to. He's smiling at hearing it. Oh, we can just talk to them.
Yeah, well, see, I don't take the person in there for an idiot, and like, they probably know that none of us can promise anything. Currently, who they've seen out here, me and Mama in here, yeah, they probably know that we can't promise anything, realistically. So, they've just sort of hold it up in there. They've somehow gotten all the United Workers here to sort of retreat to some location, so I just don't know what to do, man. I'm at a loss, and yeah, we've been kind of caught at a standstill. It's kind of hard to keep this entire town on lockdown because there's so few of us, and occasionally we think that some people are sneaking in here for supplies and sneaking back off to wherever they're hiding out right now, and it's been a rough go at it, personally.
Well,
sounds like it.
If I don't mean to make the assumptions here, but like, if you're currently out of options or ideas, I mean, couldn't hurt to let us go in there and see if we can talk as like a neutral third party.
Oh, we
Yeah,
shouldn't go in there.
I wouldn't be opposed.
Why wouldn't we go in?
Well, because we might not be allowed out.
We could ask.
I mean, respectfully, he doesn't seem like quite the violent type. In fact,
that's good, then.
the United
That's-
Workers haven't really done any violent. They did try once before their current leader came up. Before then, they tried to like have violent uprisings. Of course, we would just violently shut that down. But now they're not really fighting; they're just stopping, and it's kind of hard to do anything about that. It's kind of hard to justify that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Whoever
some,
looks
maybe
up,
for
raise a
some,
little eyebrow.
some people, you see
Primal-
like this guy over here is just like gripping a weapon tightly before he sort of like snaps his body over the barricade and just like sort of like snarls at the building as if it's some living enemy before he just sort of like bangs his fist against it and like sits back down with like a harumph.
Well, maybe we could just, because we were hired to solve this dispute. Now that we actually know what it is, so yeah, we can just go in there. We can get the sort of the lay of the situation, and maybe come to an agreement on both sides.
I mean, well, the thing is, there's no coming to an agreement on both sides because we can't promise nothing. So like,
Well,
we
That
don't
seems
got
like
the
a bad
authority
way
to
come at
promise
this
any.
negotiations from.
Well, yeah, but like, would you rather I lie and say, "Hey, we're gonna do everything you want, no problem, we'll do it."
well.
I'd rather
what
you
do
two
mean
Actually,
you
that might.
wanna
And he actually like paused for him and was like, "Actually, yeah, you could go that route if you wanted."
As he says
Yeah.
that, Nobu's like nodding with him.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, no. I was like, yeah,
Seems
actually, you could go that
like a
route.
bad idea.
But then again, no. If he does that, he'd just walk out, and then my men would tear him apart, and then we got the Mara situation. Honestly, I'd like it best if like you got him to like leave and just like asked him where he went, where him and his pals are. That'd be real nice. Then we could send in. Then we could
Sure.
send in. We could send in like someone who can promise something and send them to talk. You know.
Mm.
Whenever, like, can I roll an insight check? The more he talks, the more I'm like, any sane person would realize something is not entirely forthright.
Sure, go ahead and make an insight check.
Whatever is gullible, she's not stupid. Maybe she is. Insight? 6.
You get the sense that, like, this guy is just like, he seems like exhausted with this whole ordeal, and like the suggestion he has of just like trying to get him to leave, letting him go, creating it out for him, and then just following him back to like where, like figuring out where him and his friends are. He's like, this will solve the issue, and he's like, yeah, if we, the sort of energy's coming out that you were reading from is like, that's like a surefire way to resolve this issue, and he just wants this shit done. He's tired.
Mhm.
Minerva's gonna kind of look over at like Nobu and Ava, and like, well, I mean, we're not gonna get anything done standing out here. So maybe you guys are pretty good at like negotiating and talking. Maybe we could go in with you and see what we can get done.
Yeah. Nobu's
I don't see how
rapidly
that-
trying to think of the lie that would take the longest to be found out.
How far away can we get in 3 days? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's. Excuse me.
As long as your men promise not to shoot us on our way back out from
Uh,
seeing bodies leave the.
Hold on. Let me clear that up with them. He gives like a quick whistle over
I would
to his
love to not
boys,
be a casualty.
and then goes, "Oi, these 5,
You.
they're don't shoot them. If they leave the building, don't shoot them." And you see the one that's working on the building goes, "Hi, boss. But if that fucker steps out, he's gonna be a pincushion. I'm warning ya."
Who?
He's
yeah,
ju-
okay.
yeah, they
Okay.
just to the building. It's
Yeah.
like they're gonna fucking light that guy up if he steps out.
All right, but if
Uh,
you guys if any strays hit me, I'll make you regret it.
He's like, "Yeah, sure,
I just
sure."
got
He
this
just
shirt
waves them away.
patched. I really don't want to fix it again.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Excuse us then.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're gonna make our way up. How, like, do we hear anything inside the building as we approach it?
Oh my god.
You don't hear much. You make a perception check, I guess, as you approach.
I'm great at these.
You're great at these.
That's actually a 17.
17. You don't hear like much, but you do hear like soft breathing on the side.
Mm.
Ugh.
Can
Are they
I
like pressed up against the door?
check the perimeter for potential exits, either for smuggling people or where they're getting more supplies from?
Exits. This is like a really, really large complex, and this is just the entrance to one of those. All the
Yeah,
other ones
yeah.
seem to be like destroyed, sealed off, but there is like, as you loop around this entire building, it's massive. I didn't model the whole thing because it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna model a whole factory for you guys to walk through to find one person. Personally,
Valid.
That makes
Valid.
sense. That's
Love
but there
that.
is like, you do see like, yeah, there's many ways that like someone could get out if they wanted to like come out through like any There's like multiple exits throughout this building that are obviously like locked off and sealed off. There's some windows that they could go out of, like all around the building if they wanted.
That wouldn't
to.
be that hard to get them out if
Yeah, no, it's not that hard to get out.
we did go
Uh,
for that route.
Leo, small point of order. I
Yes.
didn't roll my potions for the day.
Sure.
It's gonna be a healing and a resilience.
All right. Grab those.
So I was like, it'd be cool to have. I was looking at my inventory, like, what do I have in case we fight? I don't have those. I need those.
Healing and resilience. There you go. In your inventory.
Thank you. Alright,
Yeah.
I think Minerva
as-
would go up to knock, and then it's gonna stop herself and be like, maybe, Ava, do you want to take point on this?
Yeah, sure. Let me.
And,
And
she's going to.
I'll knock and I'll be like, yoo-hoo!
All right.
Hello.
You not go yoo-hoo, and you hear a response like, "Hello. Hi.
Neutral
Are
party
you
here.
some of the ruffians out there that are brutally slaughtering down the common folk?"
Do I
Slaughtering?
sound like somebody who would brutally slaughter the common folk?
I mean,
That's a
possible.
rhetorical. No, I'm not. That's not me. Nope.
you sound like someone who would at least take advantage of one.
Mm,
Damn.
I'd sooner take advantage of one of those ruffians than of the common folk.
Right. So you aren't going to kill me if I open the door and quickly let you in, yes?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I told them they better not. I better not catch any strays. So I think the door should be safe.
Make a persuasion check. You're not gonna kill me, are you? For sure. For sure. No.
I'm
Never.
not.
For real, I'm not gonna. No, you can trust me.
Never.
I'm chill.
I keep getting cocked dice. Okay, please, please, please. Whatever a 17 plus 9 is, 26.
Right. You hear some
I'm not.
like
I'm on your
un-
side.
you hear some unlatching and like metal shifting as if they're pushing like something heavy out of the way, and then you see
All
the
right,
door.
everybody behind
begin
me,
to
single
move.
file. We gotta squeeze in here real quick.
I've learned about
you
Oh
single
yeah, I have
file
some
and a
friends with me. I
passive.
promise we're all cool.
And
They're with me.
you're not with the enforcement crew, are you?
No.
God, no.
Okay, then. Okay, we're going to give this a shot. And then you're gonna hear like again all that stuff as it begin to move and clear the way. And then the door will like begin to slide open, and as it does, you see like an arrow whiz past your head and like hit the door as it opens.
From our
Hey!
side or from the inside?
Yeah, from behind you. From behind you.
Hey!
Oh my god.
I whip around and I'm like, which one of you?
How did
I'm
you
going to
there's
try
two-
and shoot
there's-
between two of them.
There's two archers there, and like they
I
immediately
think
like
I
point to
got
it. They
both of
immediately
them. I'm
point to the
glaring.
other. They're like, they did it. They did it.
You bozos better watch it.
I let a shot
gonna
off in their
shoot a-
direction. I'm not
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to hit
also
someone,
gonna-
so that's an attempt to miss. But
Yes. Do you
Yeah,
actually
I'm
would you
gonna aim a
actually end up
fireball
shooting
also
one of
between
them,
them.
or
I
with
would be
this?
trying to miss. So whatever a
Okay.
25 gets me on that attempt.
okay?
Mm.
I
You're
want to
able
kick up dirt
to.
right next to them, though. I want to be clear
Yeah.
that I could have hit them if I wanted to.
Yeah, like I'm
you
also
sh-
like igniting a firebolt in my hand, but I'm not throwing it.
you Nobu, you quickly whip around and like unfurl your musket and just level it and fire it, and you end up shooting the bowstring off of one of the archers there. And there's a moment where they're just like, they did it, and they're just bang, and then they're just one of them is like, well, but it really wasn't me this time. It was them.
This
Yeah, I broke
time?
the wrong
Okay,
bow.
okay.
It's-
I do the thing where I have like two. I'm like the peace sign, but like pointing at your
Two
eyes and
fingers,
pointing
like,
at them, like,
yeah.
I'm watching you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think as soon as Nobu's shot would go off, Minerva would like rush inside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
fold the
just
musket back
quickly,
up.
quickly, in.
Okay,
Gonna
everyone,
nod my head
everyone
like I'm in. Sorry about that. They're rowdy.
Tell me about
Well,
it.
Matt.
I'm putting away the
Taylor.
gun that I
I
just
can't get
discharged.
in.
Oh my
Door
god.
stuck. Door stuck.
I'm
Click
trying so hard. God, this
So
fucking
you see in
bozos.
front of you a tiefling with like white skin and a single black horn riding up the side of their head. Rather sort of like a long sleeve like turtleneck black tight fitting shirt with like baggy cargo pants underneath them that's like covered in a bunch of different stains and miscellaneous like machinery smears and cuts and rough edges to it. And you just see them sort of sitting there slightly out of breath as they readjust like the blockade they had for the door and be like, so pleasure to meet you. I am well in a bit of a pickle here, as you can see.
What's your name?
Oh, apologies. Rather rude of me. My name is Ashby.
Ashby? Is that what you said?
Correct, yes. Hello. And you all
And then I'll
are...
hold a hand out. Ava. Enchanted.
What a wonderful name.
Wait, you said Ashby
so-
like
Yes, Ash
Ah,
B-Y.
okay, Ashby.
BY.
And they-
I did
and they
PY.
said- And then they go, so, Miss Ava, how caught up to you are in this situation? I saw you sort of talking to tall, blonde, and stupid out there. Was he? Did he
Yeah, he
give you
seems
an
to be
update on the
compensating
situation?
for something.
Most
Well,
of
the
them
good news
tend
feel
is,
to.
like
of the
he's
people out
spinning-
there, he wants to kill you the least.
You know,
yeah,
that
I
is
feel
somehow
like
comforting.
He's probably still spinning the situation. If you want to tell us your side / what's actually happening.
So we've been uniting together as workers, hoping to accomplish a few things. Some of us are not here by choice, here by circumstance, and we wanted a safe passage for those who wanted to go back home, a way to do so. And so, seeing as how I feel like I ought to have that, seeing as how all work and labor benefits some people, to which I'm not quite sure how much they benefit monetarily from us, but I do know that they do benefit from us in some manner. So I figured, why not, we do good work, why not, like, give us something in return, like letting these people who don't want to be here, never wanted to be here in the first place, go home. And after that request, I was told, let's have a talk and chat about it, and I came here with a couple of my friends, and they didn't want to chat with us, they wanted to string us up, and so we ran and hid into this factory here, and every so often, we would run interference and distractions as one of us would flee away and run away, and now I'm the last one here, and I'm just a bit...
Oh, it's just you.
Yes,
Oh.
well, there were more of us, but again, we would run interference as one of us flees, and we did that repeatedly until I was the last
I
one here.
see.
And I'm just
Oh,
And so
trying to
this
wait
is
for a
the
moment.
only door here.
This is
Mhm.
the easiest door to access. The other ones are a bit
Ah.
in the need of a fix.
think-
I'd say.
That's what they meant by, yeah, because the
I see.
Wheeler out there asked us to, basically in his mind, the best solution was getting you to somehow leave, and then we go with you, and then we tell them where you went.
That
But I
sounds
I
quite
think that's
sinister.
right.
I mean, it's not
Something's
bad
not
if
adding up.
if you're good people, that'd be fine. But
We could
We're
also
good.
I don't want
come
to make
with
any
you,
judgments.
but then also not tell them where you went and
The-
just
the-
tell
the
them a
problem-
different
Yeah,
location.
well, it's
But-
like you see her just sort of like squinting, like sort of like, yeah, well, that's certainly an option.
For what it's worth, he, the big blonde guy, he pretty actively wants to make sure you don't die.
Is it for
where
noble
you'll become
reasons
a
or for
martyr.
pragmatic?
No,
okay.
very much,
Pragmatic
pragmatism,
He seemed to
ones.
which,
just
Yeah.
be done with the whole thing.
which I don't know about you. That's more reassuring as far as I'm
Well,
concerned. It's
I fear that pragmatism may
I
have
can't
gotten
tell
us
if
to
he's
this
noble or not,
situation.
but-
Personally,
yeah. So the difficulty is getting you past the it's other people.
we need, if you're willing to make room for my escape, you could go out there and maybe distract them somewhat.
We could go out
If
there
you're
and just
feeling-
say, not in there.
Could.
You know what?
I could also.
that might work.
You got to see her just sort of like
When-
trying
When
to
is the
include
last time you
you
had contact
Maxi,
with them?
and be
Yeah,
like,
what was the last
"Well,
time
go-
they saw you?
The last time I opened this door in which they shot an arrow at it. But before that,
Yeah, that did
uh,
happen.
I opened
When we-
You know,
the
that's true.
I opened
Yeah.
the vent slits here. She like shows like she lifts a lever, and like the sort of wall sort of sections of the wall will sort of like break into like small panels and open slightly to reveal like a vent to allow aeration like throughout the building. And you'll see like another arrow sort of like launch itself into those vents for a brief moment and just shatter against the vents. And be like, she'll be like, yeah, I can see and speak throughout this, and I've kindly told them to leave me alone whenever they approach. Jokingly, I threatened one of them with some I threatened one of them with a weapon of mass destruction I have hidden here, and I think they may have taken that
Oh.
literally.
Oh.
It was just supposed to be
Well-
a joke. I was making a joke at my own expense, and I think it went over their heads.
Yeah, I could see
Sometimes
how
you have to be
that might have
careful with
worked
big jokes
against you.
with big
Yes,
weapons like that.
yes, I know. I should have. The number one rule of comedy is always know your audience. I made a mistake. My bad.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they're also a tough crowd, so that's
Yeah.
not all on you.
Not the
but
nicest one. As you say that, it's a tough crowd. Another arrow launches itself into the vents, and she goes, and then she closes it, like so it's sealed off again.
Out of
Right.
curiosity, what is the weapon of mass destruction? Like
There
you
isn't.
have
There isn't.
for
There
real?
isn't one. The joke was that I don't.
Oh.
Is that I have something grand
Oh,
and
these
destructive, but I.
bozos just believe about anything. I see.
Okay.
Well, some of them do. I don't think. I don't think the big blonde one does, but.
Hmm.
I think he's felt he's lost control of the situation to a degree.
Hmm.
Oh, absolutely. So a distraction. What do you have? What does that entail? How long would we need to keep these?
Well, just if we keep him distracted for like a couple of minutes, I should be able to sneak out in a way, so long as you keep them trained, in like not here. If you want to keep them trained on this side of the building, she gestures her thumb through the wall that you guys just came through, and goes, "I can go throughout the backside, but I would need like a couple of minutes to make sure that I can get away without being easily tracked or followed. I'm quite good at
So-
sneaking away if need be."
So what's preventing? Are there people on the other side?
Yeah,
There's
can you
nothing
sneak out,
preventing
like,
me from
right-
leaving, so to speak, but I have been checking in with them and conversing every few minutes, and I fear that if I don't,
Hmm.
they might make it go around the building and look for somewhere else, look for me there.
I
Ah.
see.
Okay.
God, but maybe
So-
if we to be
I'm
looking.
going.
Also, I
Uh,
can't, in order to cover my tracks while leaving, I'm going to probably be moving slower than intended.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
five,
something I could
okay.
do
5
is
minutes-ish would be
disguise
good enough.
myself as you and just bolt out the door, but that might be a
You're
little
going to
chaotic.
get shot. That's a
You
Yeah,
might-
I mean,
they
I could
might
get
ki- they
three
might
of me
kill
out
you.
there, but
They might
They
kill
might
you. They
kill
might
me.
kill all 3 of you.
I could go
Yeah.
keep them out front under the pretense of making sure they stop shooting, because that is actually really annoying. While you guys do negotiations,
It was kind
And
of funny
instead
the first couple of
negotiations,
times,
you just
honestly.
leave.
Well, yes, that could work. Basically, actually, we did something like that. I did something like that to let the last other person who was here with me leave. I just kind of kept them here talking about nonsense as they just kind of snuck out the back door.
Hmm.
So if you can do
Okay.
that for a
Yeah,
few minutes,
Okay, so I'll go out there. If you hear 2 shots, quick succession, then I have failed my job. Good.
right?
Does that mean you
Shots,
shoot
like,
someone?
what kind of shots?
Well,
are we
I don't know exactly who they'll be directed at, but I will shoot twice if things need to either need to speed up.
Okay.
I do fear
Oh,
that if
okay.
this does come to blood, there might be a more vicious retaliation from a company. Like
yeah,
right
the
now,
plan
there's
isn't to
4.
shoot them. It's more of a signal, and it's the loudest
Right.
signal I have in my possession.
Hmm.
Sure. Yeah, we
Um,
can go with that, I suppose.
Okay. So is the plan here just for the
I
overarching
mean,
plan?
I could also go with you, and then I could just use message to let them know, to let you know to hurry up.
Yeah,
Too. You don't have to waste your shots
seem
on.
you don't seem like a bad person, but also I don't know you too well. I really
That's fair.
appreciate you being polite and
That's fair.
cordial right now. I do respect that. It's been a while since I've had a conversation that wasn't punctuated with penetration, I suppose. And you hear like an arrow sort of lodge itself against the walls.
Excuse me, 1 second. I'm gonna stick my head out. Hey, can you guys knock it off?
the door's currently
Buddy,
like sort of all boarded up, so as you can sort of just like bang, you can just sort of bang on the
like, hey,
knock it off.
hey.
And
Um,
you hear like Wheel go like, "Oi, you lads!" And then they go like, "But they're clearly resisting!" And they launch another arrow at the wall.
So
Do not make me come out there right now.
The longer we spend before a fake negotiation is less believable time for the fake negotiation.
Well,
So-
I'm just confused
You-
because, yeah, we can get you out of here, Ashby, but I don't understand how that helps. What are you guys gonna do afterwards?
Oh well, we're going to just keep on. We're going to keep on making it this. We're going to keep on restricting the labor for the company until they fulfill all demands. Quite honestly, I'm just sort of in a pickle. You'd be helping me out by getting me out of here alive, personally.
It didn't sound like they were
Certainly-
like going to make any kind of compromise that would like benefit the workers.
Well, what was said is if we can get Ashby out of the building, then they could negotiate somewhere, but this isn't. But they can't hear because of those idiots outside. So right now, both sides want to get Ashby out of the building.
Mm-hmm.
So we can
Yes.
step one that and then move on from
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Here, Ashby, take this just in case. And I'm gonna give them a potion of resilience.
Because, it's she like holds up the bottle, like swishes around. It's drugs. How nice.
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
it's only good for about a day or so. But if
Oh.
things come to the worst
Expiration
and you
date.
find yourself caught in a little tussle, just drink that and it'll give you a little bit extra toughness. It'll make it so you can shrug off a couple more blows.
Maybe more
Okay.
importantly, we need to know where you're going.
Well,
This stops aligning with all of our interests if you just disappear.
Right. Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Nobu.
All right. 17.
17. They're gonna think me like, okay, how about you, try to meet me at, Mithra Mine 17. It's to the south of us. There's a series of Mithra mines. Go ahead and head to Mine 17. I'll leave a trail for you to reach out to me. How about that?
Lovely. I will work on that at your word. Currently, feel like we're on good terms. We will not be if you are not there.
Well, I may not be there in person, but I'll probably leave you some means of finding or reaching out to me. I
That
can't
is good
guarantee I'll
enough,
be
as
there
long
in
as-
person.
Yes, if you disappear, you better make sure you fully disappear. But
Oh.
we'll make sure we'll find Mithra Mine 17.
I like to
Believe you
imagine
me.
me and Maxine had like the same "oh" reaction.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
We kind of looked at each other.
Little gulp. Okay.
Okay,
So the
who's gonna scoot some stuff out? All right.
Yeah.
Are you good? Are you ready to go?
he goes, oh yes, I'll start heading to the back. I didn't catch all of your names, but I know you have a gun. You're very strong. And she gives like an appraising glance, like a very cool sort of gesture to you. You're very weird looking, but I like it, and you look like you belong here. I like you. And when she points at Nat, and she's like, okay, wonderful meeting you all. Best of luck. Wait, how do I know when to start heading out?
I will give it. I'm just gonna look outside. How long would it take me to cross? Oh, well, basically to get. Can I ping there? To here at a normal walking pace.
I'd say like
6 seconds.
I'd
Well, I don't
say
think-
I'd say like 15-ish seconds.
15ish seconds. All right. Yeah, we'll give it 20 seconds from when I leave the room, from when I get out the door.
Okay. It's going to take me longer than 20 seconds to get to the other end of this factory, so I'll head out now then.
I was like, better
All
start
right.
moving
And
now.
if you hear the 2 shots, then I'll leave it
Uh,
up to your judgment what you do from there.
Right. Fuck it all. But,
Okay.
best of luck.
Everyone
And
else
you're
should
gonna see
probably
them
not
sort of leave
be
the building.
near the door when I open.
Stay safe.
Right. Good luck.
Yeah, I
There we
don't
go.
want to
Yeah,
get.
yeah. right,
Don't have
I'm
to
gonna
catch up
swing
on
the
it.
door open, and I'm going to hold the gun out first. because I
No,
feel like they
there's
understand that's me.
there's no arrows being shot at the door when you open it.
All right, and I am ready to train here. If an arrow flies towards me, I'm shooting to kill.
I'm gonna give you a bardic quickly before you get out.
Yes.
I
How
will
does the
start
party
walking.
play out, Max? Like Eva, are you just sort of like massaging your shoulders
just
like
sort of
a boxing coach in the corner? Like, okay,
uh,
you got this. You, like,
okay,
watch
you
out.
got this, bud. Yeah, and it's
Got
also
this
just
wa-
like I'm yelling like, "Don't you fucking shoot!" And yeah, that's my bardic.
Maxine, flip the blinds
Alright.
occasionally while you're in there, and I'm going, or not
Yeah,
Maxine.
yeah.
Well, yeah, either of you. I meant to say Minerva. And I'm gonna close the door behind me, and I'm gonna
Alright.
start walking towards them,
Pause.
holding
Go
the
ahead
gun
and make
trained from the hip.
an intimidation check with advantage, Nobu, as you walk out towards these forces.
27.
All right.
Jesus.
Not 20,
They-
actually.
Oh,
The crazy thing is that they like had their bows drawn and like were ready to shoot as soon as the door opened, but you just stuck the gun out and then shortly followed afterwards, and they're just like frozen in that drawn stance for a moment.
I'm gonna
Uh,
quickly, like, gun fully outstretched, just flick it towards the ground, and then bring it back up. Just kind of a universal signal for you put that bow down.
like sort of gesture turns out, and you see Wheeler sort of like looks to his men like, away with it, and sort of like walk to you, and he'll sort of walk to meet you as you walk towards this group and be like, so how goes it? I guess rest of your party didn't come through.
Yeah, they've started
they
formal
wa- they-
negotiations. That's
Are
not
they
my
they working them over? Yeah.
formal. That's not my area of expertise. They have more of the details, but I'm here to make sure that they don't get shot when they open the door to come out.
Right. How's their style of negotiation? You think they might like, because it'd be really helpful if we knew where they went. So if like that Foxy lady, she seemed quite manipulative. She seems like the kind of like gaslight and
a foxy lady.
Hey, you
Foxy
are
as a-
Foxy.
yeah
Grandpa.
yeah Foxy Grandpa.
You are.
But he's like, yeah, she seems like she's got a silver tongue and a penchant for mischief. Is she gonna work him over with words, or is the big one gonna work her over with fists? How's
The big
that?
one's not the violent sort. Can be if they need to, but
Because like
It's gonna
again,
be-
you don't need to kill him, but like sometimes like a firm fist can grease some wheels, if you know what I'm saying.
I can tell you won't end up with a martyr on your hands, and you'll probably end up with someone actually willing to have a conversation.
Oh, is this the person? Is the person that I'm willing to have a conversation with the one I want to have a conversation with, or rather, not me, but my boss
I-
wants to have a conversation with?
If it ends up not being, then I'll have a problem to deal with too. So I think I can tell you I'm trying to get you get what you asked for.
All right, Nobu, are you genuinely planning on helping them locate Ashby afterwards?
I'm playing the middleman.
Hmm.
I don't want to give them the actual straight location until I can talk to them more, because I know Minerva tried to get a read on it, but I have not personally had time to fully clock how I feel about this guy yet, and if he'll just ruin everything with an actual in-person meeting.
Okay. He's like, okay, well, I'm gonna have him roll like quick. Go ahead and make a deception check for me.
24.
To that be private?
Woo.
22. It's close.
Okay.
That's close. It's close. He's just gonna sort of squint
Thank
at
you,
you and be
Nobu, for
like,
being built to lie.
gonna sort of squint at you for a moment and go, okay. Did he at least catch a whiff of what's going to be happening?
I know they're gonna talk it out, and then the group's going to come back separately,
How long
and
is
they're
that
going to
take,
update me
though?
on. Oh, it shouldn't be no more than 5 minutes. Frankly, we already told you we weren't given all the information to make a long-term negotiation. We're more covering what could happen.
But
We're not going to take too much of your time here.
I don't
but-
I don't like this too much. I'd like to just get confirmation from their leader there that they're actually negotiating and they're not trying to wheeze you over. I've had quite a few conversations with her, mind you, and she's got quite a way of like talking around things, you know. So if you don't mind, I'm just gonna
Sorry.
give a quick
Well,
knock on the door.
Here, if I can get you guys to put up their guns, I'll introduce you in so that they know that you're not just that I'm still fine out here.
He's like,
I don't think they're letting you in if I'm
he's like,
suddenly silent.
oh, I don't need to come in. I just need to give a knock and hear her voice.
Right, but I don't think they're going to bother.
He's gonna just sort of walk through. He's like, you're not
so
going.
I'm trained on the guys behind.
Yeah.
Minerva's gonna like Minerva's had her ear on the door the whole time, and she's gonna turn as she walk over to Ava.
You hear voices approaching as you hear the voice. He's like, I just want to hear her voice and just want confirmation from her that she's here, that she's talking with him.
Ah.
How good are you?
and
Really
voices
good
approach-
at impersonations.
No, hold on. I mean, I guess if you go for that, then go for that. Now that we're farther from the people, I can actually just tell him, like in speaking terms, what's happening. I just needed
Sure.
these guys to not know what's going on.
Sure, go ahead and tell him.
Can
What?
I want to insight him first though, and see how I feel about him now that I'm actually potentially gonna spill the hand.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
24.
24.
Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20.
Again. Wow.
You get the
Back
sense
to back.
like, for him, it's like not ideal, but there's you think that like so long as there's some way of resolving this long term, if you focus on that when pitching it to him, it might go better for you. But if you
Well, that
but
is
if you
literally
basically
my goal. So
if you present this as like more work for him, he's gonna get pissed off.
okay. All right. Then as we get closer, I'll say, all right, now that we're farther away from your guys, we found a way to, well, this is the way to get Ashby out of here. And then we can meet up and actually go over negotiations for an actual full solution rather than just they're trapped in a building and you're trapped sitting outside a building.
So he's just like gonna look at you with like a very like upset and like exhausted, like eyebrows just sort of crinkled, upset, like arched upwards, just like, so they're not even in the building anymore, are they?
Oh, no. Well, hopefully not. Otherwise, something, I don't...
Okay, that's wonderful.
You told us to get
Yeah.
him out of the building.
I told you to help me resolve this, and none of your friends went with. Did at least one of your friends go with them?
No, we've got methods set to track them, and we have a meeting location.
Okay. I'm not going to kill you right now. I'm too tired for
That's lovely.
that. But I am going to need you to hold on to a couple of charms so that I can locate you after you go meet with her. Fair?
Here. You mind if I don't know much about these charms, but I know someone who does. I just need to make sure what you're handing me is what you say it is.
So you mean me?
The charms aren't magical if that's what you're concerned with. They're just a
That's
mundane
exactly
necklace.
what I was...
So it's just so I can locate the charms quite easily.
Oh. Just recalling location magic.
Yeah.
I would like the idea of just him going, "Oh, I still don't know what you mean."
That would be... No, that'd be in character. That's...
They'd be like, oh,
Does Nobu...
if that-
honestly, I'd have said the
I
same
think-
thing
I think-
either way.
I think-
Does
I
Nobu
think
know
no-
about...
I think Nobu does it, but he's gonna pretend like he does, like it makes sense. He's like, okay, he's not putting like a
I like
bomb
that
around
better.
my neck. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, assume we're on the same page that this person needs to stay alive for this to work out well for either of us in the long term.
Sure.
Whole don't make a martyr and all that.
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Seems like on the same page then. And I'll
And he's
reach out
going
to accept the necklace or...
he's going to pull a necklace from out underneath his chest piece, and then he's gonna sort of wrap like the thread that it was on the it was sort of like a leather thread that it was on around it before placing it in your hand, and you see a charm with a sort of a farming scythe sickle cleaving through a lightning bolt. And you recognize this as the symbol that was on the harvesters that you encountered earlier in the factory at the beginning of this adventure.
Very fancy.
Oh.
Don't suppose I can keep it after.
He's like, it's one of many. If you want to keep it, you're free to. I don't think it's that impressive. I'll probably be given another couple.
I'm gonna put it on. I haven't even had Minerva check it yet, but I'm just gonna put it on.
It constricts around your neck and it chokes you. No, actually,
I die.
it's he's like,
Oh, okay.
Explode.
you
Just like
put it
that.
on, you put it on, and he just like shakes his head, just like, you look fucking wonderful, and he's gonna turn back around
Aw.
and just like sort of like saunter away, just more exhausted than before. He's like, yeah, he's like, lads, give it a minute, we're gonna storm the factory, and he's gonna like doing like very sarcastic like yeah, like we did it, guys, we won. And but his men like hold up the weapons like, yeah.
Losing their minds. They're like,
And he's just sort of like strutting back like, fucking kill me.
I'm gonna level the musket back at them and open the door. We want to get out of here before they storm the factory. And
Oh,
An arrow whizzes by your shoulder and hits like the door as you see it open.
I'm shooting.
Okay.
oh. Well, did it go well?
19.
19. A second.
Same goal as before. This is I want to kick up dirt
Okay.
near them or something. I'm
Yeah, you're able to just sort of you shoot like the hat off of one of them, and clearly like not trying to shoot their heads, but they have like a tricorn. One of them has like a tricorn hat, and you shoot off like one of the wing tips of it, and it sort of flies off the head, and they go, oh, and then like they like freak out, like, oh wait,
they're back to excited. Yeah, we should get out soon. We gotta.
Oh, okay. And yeah, where are we going?
Probably
To-
just not here because right now they don't know that that those guys, I'll gesture towards the crazy dudes, don't know that we lied, but they will soon, and we shouldn't be here when that's the case. So
You can
okay.
try. You can try to immediately start following Ashby. She did mention that she's going to be traveling in a manner that will purposefully cover her trail, so it'd be rather difficult. She did
I
say
would
also
love
you can.
to personally.
Yeah, like she's only been gone a few minutes. If you roll high enough survival, you could actively track her.
I'd rather do that than deal with the guys.
Yeah.
Let's.
I mean, I was gonna say we just leave entirely and then just go to the mine.
Yeah, she said like,
later,
hey,
but I'm
she
down
said
to just start
follow
following.
the mines, but she only left a few minutes ago. Like, you can try to pick up her trail that she's actively like disguising and like trying to like
yeah.
hide, but you can try it if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, let's. Okay, yeah, let's do
I'm
that.
gonna give guidance
I
to
l-
whoever.
I like how you're, like,
Check.
Your party decided not to be like honest with either party here. It's a very
Minerva
unique
is like
take.
growing
Gotta see
increasingly
whatever situation
uncomfortable.
works out, you know.
Minerva's growing
Like-
like increasingly uncomfortable. By the way, as this goes on.
I'll be honest, I expect
She's,
you
like,
guys to
thinking
pick
about it
one
more and
side
more.
and like fight the other. It's very funny how you're lying to both sides of this. It's actually very
What, that the
interesting.
liars are lying?
Yeah, it's very good. I'm a big fan.
The true thing, no, they both said they wanted to get Ashby out of the building. That part was true. It's-
Yes, no, absolutely. You it was lying through like omissions, sort of. Though. You're like, maybe in fact that one of them wants them gone so that they can follow them and like get a hold of their encampment. But you know, that's besides the point.
Besides the point.
But yes, you guys can
Okay.
all group up outside the. You can make it outside the building, as like, sort of Wheeler just has like an arm outstretched, like as if he's motioning his men to stay back for a moment. And as like the last of you exit out the building, he's gonna hold up a fist as if to signal, and they're just gonna charge the building and be like, "Rah!"
Uh-oh.
Eva, get out of the building.
Oh,
She has
sorry.
she has AirPods in. She can't hear.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking storm it. They're gonna do it. Raw.
We're
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right.
Run.
As you leave, you do see Wheeler just closely watching all of you leave. Like,
I'm gonna give
not
him
a
like
happy
a,
look-
a
not a
courteous
happy
bow,
look.
a courteous bow as I
Hey, where's Nat?
he does
turn the
not have
corner
a
and-
he does not have a happy look on his face.
That's coming with
as
us. Leo's
as
just
he-
controlling them.
No,
so.
not-
as like you leave. He's got just sort of like a very disgruntled frown.
I blow him a kiss.
Okay, I don't know if this ends here. I
You
seem to
guys
be able
have
to keep
gone
going.
off the
I
grid.
assume from here we just go around
Yeah.
and then try and trace the.
Yeah.
But yes, so you guys want to try and follow the trail left by Ashby? You can either try to
would-
navigate. You can either try to navigate yourself to the mithril mines that they designated you to, or try to actively follow the trail to see if they're going to the exact same place.
I think we
By
follow
the
the trail
way-
first, and then worst case we can ask somebody where the mines are if we need to.
Would Nobu show me the necklaces?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Would
Nobu would do that. Yeah.
Um,
By the way, he gave me this so he could track us. He said it's not magic, but I don't know if it is.
I think at that moment Minerva's gonna make up her mind. I don't like this at all. Give me a sec, and I'm gonna snatch all of them from you.
Yeah, you do recognize them as these this having the symbol of the harvesters you fought at the factory at the beginning of the adventure.
Yeah, no. I think the second I clock that, I'm gonna snatch all of them from you, and be like, and I'm gonna look around. Is there any like building with a high up window? Like
yeah, there's
near
a few
us.
of them.
Like-
There's a few of them.
I'm gonna pick the tallest one, and Pearl is gonna come out of my hand, and is going to like goopily scoop up all of them and fly them into that window.
Okay.
He's not gonna be happy when I'm not with that.
I'm not happy with him currently. I feel like they're not being very forthright right now, and given what I've heard from the workers, they seem to not have their best interest in hearts. So
He at least seemed willing to negotiate something with Ashby.
he
The other
seemed-
guys, they
more-
just wanted to kill someone. But
he seemed more annoyed that he even had to in the first place, but that's just the feeling I got. I don't like them, Nobu.
okay,
Give me a
like
bad
them
feeling.
either.
I don't know what we do about. I don't know
And
where
then
this
Pearl
leaves
will
us.
come back and drop back into my hand. Well, at the very least, we can't be followed. Well, at
well,
least we can't be followed as much as looks back at our footprints in the dust.
Yeah.
Well,
magically, at
okay,
least.
Minnie, hear me out. What if we mislead them? You know, we could take a really roundabout way, maybe, or sort
What
of
if we just
plant
try to-
them in different locations,
What if we
or
just try to
scatter all of
make-
them.
They've
like,
already
we
been
just
thrown
make
through
a
the window.
trill that deceives them?
Well, you can go get them back.
I can't see through Pearl's eyes, and I have to control them directly. They don't have a will
Yeah.
of their own.
oh,
You s-
Minnie.
You sort of just threw them like at high speed velocity through like a building window and just like, they're out of sight now, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't even want to try and court them. There's something about them. It just doesn't rub me the right way, and I don't like them. I'm sorry.
well, I hope you're right because I don't. Yeah, I don't think we. Like look at the building, like if there's any way to even get up there.
You could break into the building and try to climb up, like go to the second floor and like get
And
them
frankly,
back.
that is not off the table.
Yeah, no, it's not like they like Minnie like cast them into the abyss or anything. It's like no, you can like break into the building and like go get them if you'd want.
Yeah,
Okay. So. Yeah, it's even if we don't work with them, not having. That feels like it could lead to a bad thing.
it's
Yeah, I
I'm
just
sorry.
don't see how not having those with us at the moment would do anything but kind of hurt us, because we could at least mislead them for a while, because frankly, I don't like them either. And she's not going to elaborate on why, but for her, it's very much just because they all fucking attacked her earlier, and that's the only
That's
reason
valid.
why. It's just a personal reason.
It's
But,
it's just that they kept like launching arrows
It's
at
not
it.
even because of the. She's like, yeah, the rights thing's kind of like the unionizing thing and their take on it's kind of fucked up. But I'm more pissed about them attacking me. So
Well, I'm not going back in there to get that. I'm
Okay. I'm gonna
suggest we
see
keep
if it's
moving.
easy, and if it's not, then we'll just keep going. As a part of my check for if it's easy, how high up is that window?
That window, I'd say. It's like, I don't know, like 15, somewhere between 15 and 20 feet off the ground.
Okay, that's a good backup plan. I'm gonna knock on the door for the building.
The building seems like largely abandoned. As you glance into the window, it's just like lights off. There's like a thin layer of dust on it. This building seems.
Oh, I'm
quite
trying to break in
abandoned.
then.
All right. Yeah, you can just sort of like shoot the log off the door if you want. It's just like,
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do something before discharging the gun next to the building I'm breaking into, but that will be a backup plan.
yeah. Yeah.
As I'm trying to figure my way into this building, I'm gonna just turn behind me and just so you guys, it's uninhabited. I'm not breaking into someone's current house. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go back to
Yeah.
breaking into someone's former house.
Yeah. So you can try to gracefully like pick the lock, or you could just like break a window or break the door down.
I think my best shot is definitely picking the lock.
Okay. Do you have thieves' tools on?
you have guidance.
Do I? Probably not.
Minerva is the one who
Oh.
has the lockpicks.
See.
Uh,
And she's just sort of
Yeah.
like crossed arms, pouting. Just, I don't
What
want.
pouting?
So-
She's like
I don't want-
she's less crossed arm pouting, more of like kind of holding her forearms like very uncomfortable.
So, can you help me get that back if I promise you that we won't side with those guys? Because I think in both situations we want that with us.
It was just the same symbol of the people who attacked us.
Yeah, but even if we
Factory.
decide we hate them, having that we could throw it on a wagon and just have a trader take it somewhere to the middle of nowhere. But right here, they're gonna find it quickly, and then they will be mad quickly.
Fine. And she's gonna pull out her thieves' tools and can
I'm only
I
+4, so I don't know what you would.
I'm you have to be proficient with thieves' tools to add your
Oh,
bonuses.
well then
to
I'm
them.
not even. Yeah, then I'm.
Yeah, no. Like I'm trying to decide what Minerva would do in this situation. So I'm not good at lying.
Under the assumption that Minerva's still thinking no who's gonna be. So what if I just tell you I will throw it on a wagon, just so it's not. I just don't want them to find it in like 10 minutes from now, and that's a problem like right now.
I don't want them to find us 10 minutes from now.
No, same, but I can just even throwing it in the just anywhere else. This is really easy
It's
to get
just the
to.
fact
is
that
what
we're
I'm-
like we walked 30 feet and immediately disposed of it.
Oh,
We
has it been like
just-
30? I imagine
Yeah.
we've been moving for like half an hour.
You're
an hour.
moving. You haven't been moving for like half an hour. The encampment's
Oh.
not that big, but you've been like onto like the edge of it. You've been moving for like 10, 15 minutes ish. Before you get to like.
I was,
the
gonna say,
edge
I was
of it.
imagining we get to like the edge of town, and then that's
Yeah.
when they like start to slow down. That's when Minerva was
Yeah,
like, "Wait,
you guys are
did
on the
they-
edge of
Oh,
town,
okay.
right? You guys are on the edge
this
of town
wasn't
right
we
now.
turned the corner and Minerva's like, give me that." This was like Minerva.
what I
like,
thought just
happened,
Minerva's
and I
been
was like-
thinking.
Yeah.
Just like give me that.
Minerva's
Minerva's
been
passing any
thinking
people.
this the whole way out.
Yeah.
Like,
Fine,
can we-
I'll-
so are we at the edge of a town right now? Like how?
Yes,
active
you're
is
at
this
you're at the edge
town?
of town right now.
Do we see like wagons and stuff and people like moving and leaving and stuff?
Currently no.
But as far as I understand, the entire town is abandoned. Literally everyone
Ah.
left, and the last person here was Ashby.
Oh, we haven't entered, and we're just at the edge of this.
This is the only
Yes.
town in this area.
Gotcha.
It's
This is
just
only
this
this is the only
encampment.
town that you guys have seen so far. There's more to this area. However, this is the only town that was visible off the exit from the mountain trail, and you guys came here and saw a labor dispute of some kind.
Destroy it.
Yeah.
Would that be better than it being even vaguely in the direction we went in? That's an actual. I don't know how any of this. I don't even know why.
Well,
he gave
if they're
what
planning to
that-
locate it magically, it would need to be reduced to dust, basically.
What are they made out of?
These
Uh,
ones,
they
it's
seem to be
made
made
out
of
of
metal.
like, it's like made out of like. There's very few metal parts to it. It's made out mostly out of like weaved plants and glass shards. With, like,
so I mean, if
other
you
metal
lit that on
inside, yeah.
fire and then threw the not burnable parts in different directions, surely a tracking spell wouldn't.
It
I don't
might
know how they
fail.
work. Maybe it does. I don't.
It depends on how they plan to locate it. Well, here, and I'm gonna try and pick the lock.
All right. Go ahead and roll a thieves' tools check.
I'm also gonna
whoopsie.
give guidance, sort of like a reassuring shoulder squeeze and be like, we don't like them. I just want to make that clear. There's no world that we're gonna be helping those fucking losers.
Mm-mm.
So that is 10.
10. So you go into like pick the lock, and you're able to like move the tumblers around on the door, like a little bit, and like you're like, this isn't working. Why isn't it working? And then you sort of like hold on a moment, and you begin to like just turn the tool without really like setting the tumblers at all, and it just begins turning,
Oh.
and you go like, is this door unlocked?
It's just a completely like fake lock.
Yeah. the door was not locked, and you just managed to like hold on a moment, and you just grab the door and twist it open, and it opens.
Well, that works. I'm gonna dart inside to try and run upstairs and grab the.
Yep. You run up, and you see like the two charms that were handed to you, just sort of like
Did I see anything else valuable on my
Scattered
way
out.
up?
make an investigation
I'm not gonna spend
check.
time searching, but if it was like,
You didn't see anything at
Someone
a
left-
cursory glance. Somebody
Okay,
left
okay.
their precious jewelry.
I don't really have
Someone
time
left a
to-
giant portrait of themselves hanging on the wall in this miner's town.
Yeah.
all right, yeah, then I'm gonna grab them, come back down. Okay, so how do we have a fire? What do we?
I got fire, but is that gonna?
It's
I'm gonna throw them on the
I can-
ground, just like.
Okay, I'll just hurl a firebolt at it.
Okay, you guys commit arson in this abandoned house. Like, I don't...
we're outside.
We're outside, we're outside, we're outside, we're outside.
We are literally
Okay.
outside.
Yeah, I was like, where?
Who was
I
the
was
only
like,
one who went
it's-
inside?
What's the gravel situation here? Is it like gravel, grass,
yeah,
dry
no,
grass?
there's gravel, like some
Yeah, I was
lots
like,
of
throw it
dust
on the
and sand.
gravel.
I'm just gonna drop it on the ground, like. Go
Yeah,
crazy.
I'll just like, all right, just learned how to do this yesterday. Just throw a firebolt at the ground.
Right, just yeah, you firebolt this fucking you firebolt this charm.
All right.
Anything else you'd like to do to destroy it, or is that good enough?
Nobody's
for
gonna.
you?
We'll cover his hand with like his sleeve, so he's not just picking up hot metal or glass, and then
Yeah.
just start picking pieces up and throwing them in different directions.
Thank you. Sorry.
Is there like a river near here? I'm just gonna throw some in the water.
There isn't a river,
Um,
but there's a couple of wells, like here, like you see off in the distance. Like that was the people's access to water.
Gonna throw different pieces in other buildings.
Fucking Easter egg hunt ass. Fucking.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna let's get out of here though. Just in I don't know if in case
Yeah,
they were
we should
tracking
probably-
it right up to this point. Let's just go.
Yeah, we should probably be moving.
See if we can find Ashby.
Yeah, and we go.
Out you go, and I believe we're trying for 2-hour sessions, please. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the idea.
All right. So then this is where we'll end. Thank you all for playing. I hope you guys enjoyed that
Yeah.
session.
Yeah.
It's good to be back doing this again.
Yeah, we'll
It's
be doing
been
this
over a
weekly now.
month.
But
It's gonna take a little
I don't know
bit.
if that's
I feel like next
messed-
week we'll have.
Oh wait, but we can't do it next week because Maddie and I will be out of town.
No.
I forgot.
Let's
about
go!
That. We're gonna be working.
We're never gonna be back. We're so fucking over. It's so fucking over.
Okay.
I
Do we